Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode on the Isaka podcast. Today, we are bringing a very interesting topic to you, the power of collaboration. And today, we have an esteemed guest with us in the person of Bro Daniel. Bro Daniel, please let our viewers meet you.
Thank you very much. Greetings, everyone. My name is Daniel Chukwunonye. I'm a medical radiographer. I graduated from the University of Nigeria, Enugu campus.
Mm.
A leadership enthusiast, a spoken word artist, and I'm also a music minister by God's grace.
Mm.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're
It's
welcome.
quite nice being here.
You're welcome, sir. Well, you have heard it. Bro Dan has a lot of accolades to him. Okay, Bro Dan, the topic we are bringing today is one that is very vast. That's collaboration. We all collaborate in our offices, wherever we are. So, in your own words, I want you to describe what you understand collaboration to be.
Okay, I would say that collaboration is the act of working together,
Mm,
sharing ideas,
mm,
different perspectives
mm,
between one, two, or a group of persons to achieve a desired goal, a desired intent, an objective, or an aim in particular. So it means one or two persons coming together and saying, okay, we want to do this, we want to do that. So I need your help, I need your input. I
okay.
need your input to give a better output to what we are planning to do. Like for example, the Tower of Babel.
Mm,
Those are persons from different spheres of life
yes.
coming together and saying, okay, we want to build a tower that is going to reach the heavens.
Mm,
So they probably might have been coming from different um, areas
states.
of life and all of that, but they said, okay, this is our objective, this is our intent, this is what we plan to achieve. So that is collaboration. You can collaborate with your parents, you can collaborate with friends, strangers, but
mm.
the idea is okay, there's an intent, there's something you want to
There's a
achieve.
goal.
Yes, to do
Mm,
better.
mm.
It's something that at the end of the day, your input is better compared to what it would have been if you were doing it alone.
All right. Well, I like that analogy of the Tower of Babel. That is a very, very, it's not, it's a very common story in the Bible about the Tower of Babel. People from all spheres of life coming together just to achieve a common goal. All right. Moving on. Are there obstacles that people face when collaborating with one another? As you know, working with human beings are very hard.
Yeah.
Human beings are hard, even myself. I'm a very hard person to work with. So working with people, are there obstacles that we might encounter?
Okay. The truth is that because of the background
Yes.
and perspectives and ideologies that have been built over time,
Okay.
obviously there's going to be friction here and there. There's going to
Mm.
be maybe a certain level of push and tug.
Yes.
So one of the I'll name about four or five
Okay.
barriers. One could be language barrier.
Mm.
Say you are working with someone that probably is not Igbo while you are Igbo. You
Okay.
have to find a common ground. If the person does not speak English, it's even a terrible problem. So there could be
Yeah.
language barrier, right?
Mm.
And if following up language barrier could actually be communication too,
Okay.
because if I'm Igbo and you're Yoruba,
Mm.
and I interact with other people with Igbo, sometimes you might feel uncomfortable because you don't really
Yes.
understand what I'm
Understand what you're
saying.
saying. Yeah.
So communication
Mm.
too can actually be a barrier. Being able to convince a group of persons to work together, while many of them have different ideas about to go about the goal you are
Yes.
bringing to them,
Mm.
and being able to communicate effectively when there's conflict,
Conflict.
to be able to say, okay, this is where I was wronged,
Mm.
this is why I'm beefing with this particular individual,
Mm.
and this is what you did wrong. People don't really know how to communicate their emotions,
Okay.
so that could be a sense of, or rather a route
Mm.
of maybe a push and tug.
Mm.
I would also say that one of the another barrier that one might face is that there are persons that are passive,
Okay.
right? When working with them, even in the WhatsApp group, you can have 100 and something persons, and then there's only 25 people that are active.
Active. Some
Right?
people won't even say
So there are
anything.
always people that are passive
Mm.
about a particular thing. No matter how much you try to push them,
Yes.
they will always want to take the easy route,
Yeah.
and they don't want to be in the fire, be in the game head on, all in.
Mm.
So you have to learn to deal with those individuals too. Then compared to those that are also passive, there are also those that are proactive, that they
Yes.
do so much that they might even be encroaching into other
Other
people's
people.
business.
Yeah.
So when collaborating with people, that could also be a problem, because if I'm meant to be a creative director,
Mm-hmm.
and then you are the graphic designer, I'm supposed to trust you enough to do your work,
Mm.
and then while I do mine,
Yeah.
not after doing mine, I'm coming to also instruct you.
How to do yours.
Yes, we are supposed to partner together, share ideas. Yeah, I'm not supposed to lord things over you. Collaborating with people also, I would say, a sense of trust, following up, define boundaries, a sense of trust. I should trust you enough to say, okay, I'm working with this person, is going to come through.
Mm.
Not that we're meant to do something together and you go ahead to do all of it
Yeah.
because you feel like, okay, this person is not capable of doing this. So I should be able to trust you. I should be able to not only trust you, but encourage you
Yeah.
to be active in what we are doing. And most persons might not buy the value systems of a collaborative initiative. So it's my job
Yeah.
to also, um, you know, teach you and tell you, okay, this is what we are doing,
Mm-hmm.
sell you the idea
Yeah.
while you buy it.
All right. You have said a lot. You said a whole lot. And what piqued my interest was when you talked about trust. Trusting someone enough to be able to pull through, to contribute his own fare. And that has been a problem for me because I don't really trust people handling things for me, especially areas that I believe I'm well versed in, areas I believe I'm very good. I can do this a lot better than this other person. So when I find someone trying to, give their input there or trying to help me, I feel like, guy, if this thing I'm better at this. You get that kind of
Yeah,
thing. So, and this what you just said about trust now has given me another perspective on having the mind to trust people enough to
yeah,
allow them do their own fair share,
yeah,
especially when we are trying to achieve a common goal. So, all right.
yeah. In that context too,
Yeah.
okay, John C. Maxwell said something. He said, it's not enough to give somebody a job
Mm,
or a task,
mm.
but you should also tell them how to do
How
it.
to do it.
So if I'm saying, okay, I want to collaborate with you um, in an organization, we want to run a program, and
Yes.
this the program I want to run, I sell you the idea.
Mm,
I should do I should be able to also tell you, these are my expectations,
mm.
these are my expectations, this is what I want you to do.
Yeah.
That will also help me. Okay, I've told this person what I want.
Yes.
I've sold you the idea.
Mm,
So it's now left to you. Okay, if it's something I'm competent in,
yeah.
I'll now show you how
How?
to do it
Yeah.
rather than coming to steal the job back from you.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. You also said something now about encroaching. That got me thinking about, because I've been in groups where someone wants to lord over everything. He's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing the other one. Meanwhile, there are more than five people in the group that working towards achieving this. It comes to say as if there is no delegation,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So, how do you handle people that act like that? People that like to encroach on other people's task or goals within a collaborative environment?
Okay. I would say that both nature
Mm,
and life abhors vacuum.
okay.
Now, most times when people do that, it's because you are not so active in your job.
Oh,
I'm not trying to make an excuse for the person that is doing that. That's
mm,
actually a very terrible
yeah.
disposition. But then most times when you are not proactive
Mm,
in what you are given, when people, there are persons that once they see an opportunity for an opening, they take it. They want to just do it. They hate seeing things lag behind.
mm,
So one of the ways to get to that, be active,
mm,
take responsibility, take initiative. If you are supposed to be coming to work at a particular time and doing a particular thing,
mm,
step up,
mm,
right? Do that. And then also having clear cut boundaries. Now, if you're a leader in an organization or a firm,
mhm.
okay, say you are the leader or maybe you are the follower.
Yes.
First off, you are the leader. Now, when you give people tasks,
Mm.
you should be able to tell them this is the extent you get,
Okay.
this is the
This is where
extent
you
you get,
stop.
this is where you stop.
Mm,
Yes. Even if you have ideas, send it to me.
yeah.
I'll tell it to the person that is in charge of it. Now,
Okay.
if you are the follower now, you
Mm,
should be able to interact with your leader. That's what we talked about communication.
mm,
Interact with your leader, say, okay, this is my work, this is my specialization.
mm,
This person is coming into a place. Can you address this
mm,
and let him stay in his lane? So
Okay.
I've talked about when you are the leader, and then I've also talked about when you are the follower. So I feel
Mm,
like if these things are communicated effectively and you
mm.
take responsibility, I feel things would take a landslide from there.
Yeah. All right. I'm really enjoying this. Okay. You're a Christian
Okay.
and you have always been working with people from other spheres of life, people with different beliefs and all that. So I want to ask, how do you effectively collaborate with these people from other spheres of life with different beliefs without, you know, having to without having it affect your own belief system,
Yeah.
without you having to lose your guard or anything. So how do you do it? Do you not work with them, or do you choose those to work with, or you just go with the flow?
Okay. I'll give you about maybe three ways rather.
Mm,
But then before that, there's a saying that where purpose is not defined,
yes.
right? Abuse is inevitable.
Mm,
We interact and collaborate with both believers and non-believers
mm,
in our day-to-day activity.
yeah,
Say for an example, I'm meant to move from UNEC, that's
mhm,
University of Nigeria Local Campus, down to UNTH, the teaching
mhm,
hospital. I can collaborate with the driver,
okay.
and the boundaries of the collaboration is you get me from point A to point
Point
B,
B.
and I pay you. So once I've defined the purpose of that collaboration
Yes.
and the whatever that is the regularities and all of that that is within it, that
Mm,
is me paying you, right?
mm,
And you carry me from point A to the hospital.
mm,
That is the end of the collaboration. So
mm,
what I'm trying to bring out here is you must define the purpose of
mm,
such collaboration. If you're working with someone in a professional setting, then you must define that this is merely professional, right?
okay.
I'm working with you as a colleague,
Mhm,
nothing more, nothing less. These
mm,
are the set boundaries. This is where we stop. This is where we stop. Now,
okay.
most times when I'm at work, people try to bring up, religious arguments.
Mm,
Uh, because I'm a Christian and tell you, okay, this, that, and that. I realize that I'm in a professional setting and
yes.
you're my colleague.
Mm,
And that it's not what I'm meant to be discussing at that point in work.
mm,
Now, when we step out, I cannot talk to you as someone that is a believer and I'll speak to you. I'm not
okay.
saying that I wouldn't be able to preach in my workplace,
Okay.
but then you should also have a fine line that this is what we are doing here. And
Okay.
then when I'm done with that, I'm stepping out. I can
Okay.
collaborate with someone that is an unbeliever in a business this thing, and I
Mm,
realize that it's purely business,
yes.
and this is what we are meant to be doing. I give you your goods, you pay me my money. We go to the
Mm,
market every day. Most of the people
yes.
who buy from are not believers.
Mm,
Most of them are unbelievers.
yes.
But the definition of the collaboration is there. I give you money, you give me the
Mm,
goods. So we must have clear cut boundaries.
yes.
We must define what we are doing with that particular. You see, don't be
Mm,
unequally yoked. The why it's unequal is because you are trying to achieve a purpose
mm,
with boundaries that are not aligning,
okay.
with intentions that are not aligning.
Mm,
But then when you say, okay, this is what we're trying to achieve, this for a particular duration,
okay.
for a particular period. The work is for 2 years, the work is for 3 years, the business is for 30 minutes, 1 hour.
Mm,
You've defined all of that. So you're now able to maintain your integrity. And then,
okay.
secondly, I would say convictions, keeping your
Mm,
convictions. I've worked in a setting where people tend to compromise, but you have
yes.
your own personal convictions, right? And you insist on them. You are flexible about some things, but you insist on your core values, right? Okay. Say someone came late, which I've actually experienced,
Mm,
and then I'm coming by 8:35, and work time is supposed to be 8:30. Yes, I'm late, and I'm meant to write that I'm late
mm,
by 8:35, and then you're coming after me expecting me to write 8:30 or maybe 8 o'clock. Obviously not. I'm going to insist
yes.
because one of my core values is integrity.
Mhm,
So I'm meant to insist, even though I fell short of discipline by coming late, but then I should also keep to my core values. Not
exactly.
just because we're in a professional setting does not mean those convictions don't stand. So I
All right.
think with that, we can actually get ahead.
Okay. And there is this, should I say, stereotype. I don't know how true it is, that most Christians don't tend to do well when they are collaborating with others. Like it's as if they are a hard nut to crack. They don't do well, or they don't, you know, they don't give their own end of the bargain when they're collaborating with others because of maybe of their convictions and all that, as if they're like what you said now about not writing, about giving the absolute time you came. If you came by 8:30, you write down you are here by 8:30.
Yeah.
But some other people beg to differ. They say, oh, this guy, because he's a Christian, he's making work very hard for us here. He's trying to put us in trouble. He's trying to get us sacked and all that. As a Christian, how do you handle these things? This is just a follow-up question to what you said,
Yeah.
because obviously it's as if what you are doing is encroaching on others, on other people,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So how do you handle it? And also, what is your advice to Christians that don't meet up to their own tasks when they're collaborating? Maybe, as you said, that there is a fine line between your professional area and your spiritual life. You tend to keep it professional when you are in your professional space. But some other Christians might say, "Oh, I have a night vigil. I just came from night vigil yesterday, so I don't have the strength to work
Go to
today." So, what is your advice to those Christians on how they should, handle themselves in professional settings and when they're collaborating with others? Remember, I asked two questions.
yeah.
How do you handle that stereotype of,
Yeah.
so these guys are very hard to work with? Okay, and then
Yeah.
the second one on Christians that don't tend to meet
Keep
up
their
with
own
their own
end of
end of
the
the
bargain.
bargain.
Okay. For first off, Bible says that we are the light of the world, right?
Yes.
And nobody lights a candle and puts it under the bushel.
Okay.
And we're meant to set the example.
Mm.
We're meant to set um the precept. We're meant to be the ones to set a standard
Yeah.
even for unbelievers. Now, why most persons fall short? Okay, let's start from the first one where you talked about um being a hard nut to crack and being hard
Yes.
to work on. Is because we as Christians we've not realized what is expected of us. We've not realized what even God expects from us. Now, someone can be a Christian praying in tongues, uh, be diligent in church, fiery and all of that, but he lacks character.
Mm.
He lacks discipline. He lacks time management. There are different lapses. There are different loopholes
Mm.
in his character. And maybe because he's in church
Yeah.
and the church is a health center, so everybody kind of like says, okay, you can do better, you can do better. But now
Mm.
he's in a professional setting
Yeah.
and the people are now poking into the holes
Yeah.
in his
Yeah.
life. What he needs to do, what that person needs to do, what we as Christians need to do is sit down, work on our character, discipline ourselves.
Okay.
Now, people have known me that once I come and you're coming after me, you must write the time that is after me.
Yes.
So, and I might not even wait for you to come and write first, unless you enter there before me.
Okay.
So I will not compromise on my convictions because I want to, be flexible for you.
Oh.
And then they see me that I take work head on,
Yes.
right? When we are working, so once someone was like, they didn't think I would be working hard like this. When I'm working, I'm into what I'm doing.
Mm.
I'm putting my best, I'm showing up. I'm not lackadaisical.
Mm.
I don't, after 30 minutes, I step out. And
Okay.
then 2 hours, 3 hours later, and I come back and work as finished. No, you show that you show a level of discipline,
Mm.
you show a level of commitment, you show a level of consistency. We are meant to be the ones showing the unbelievers how these things are meant
That
to
needs
be
to be
done,
done.
not just in a church setting. Yes, we can be committed and all that in church, but then when
Mm.
we come to our day-to-day activity, even working with people,
Mm.
if you say, I'm bringing these goods to you by 3, let 3 be 3.
Mm.
And if I'm saying I'm bringing these goods to you by 4, let 4 be 4. And if for any reason that you won't be making it up to that time, you place a call, right?
Mm.
That shows that you're intentional. That shows you have a
Yes.
level of discipline.
Mm.
So Christians, one of the things we do is that we build our spiritual life. We pray, study the word of God, but we don't allow that word and the prayer to
Mm.
translate into character and
Yes.
discipline.
Mm.
So if you are going to work with somebody and then they show character, they show discipline, they turn up, what's there to be a hard nut? There's nothing. If you show these qualities, people would actually
Yes.
want to work
To
with
work
you
with you, yeah.
rather than people that are lackadaisical. So it
Mm.
doesn't matter the quote of whether or not you are a Christian or you're a non-Christian comes in play when people begin to see a lapse in your character.
Mm.
So you're not saying this person is a church person, that's why he's acting like this.
Yeah.
But when you are disciplined, when you're showing up, when you're working hard, there might not be that definition of stereotype that
Yes.
yeah, church people. What people are looking for are people that can stand their ground and work with you effectively
Mhm.
and efficiently. Do you ask the second
There's a follow-up question
yeah, the
about
second one?
Christians that tend to allow their spiritual life
Okay,
encroach into their professional lives.
okay,
Like I gave an example of someone that maybe went to a Navy jail
yeah,
yesterday.
yeah,
Then coming to work today, he came late one, or maybe he's saying, "Oh, I'm down from yesterday's prayers and I can't, do this today," and it's going to affect the workflow.
yeah,
So, what advice are you giving to these people? Because it's kind of giving a bad name
yeah.
to Christianity, as
Okay.
if Christians are lazy or something like that. So, I want you to. What advice do you have to give to Christians that maybe you find themselves in similar situations?
Okay, I will say that I will give an example. One of the days I was on call
Yes.
in the hospital. Calls mean that okay, you can be called, or rather, you can be given a work time
Mm,
that is not particularly the time you're supposed to be working,
yeah.
probably night,
Mm,
maybe weekends, right? So I was on call on a Sunday morning. So that meant no church,
no church.
right?
Mm,
And one of I had people were thinking, okay, this guy might come late because he has to go to
has
church
to go to
first.
church,
So what I
obviously.
did was I had to attend our Foundation Bible School in the morning.
Mm,
So I went there after 8. I think it ended by 8.
mm,
I took a cab, came down to the hospital. I was the first person to get to the clinic.
mm,
Now, the chief there saw me and saw the time I came and took note of it. Now, when and I start giving excuse, today is Sunday,
yeah.
I have to go to church
Mm,
and then come back. Then by the time you're coming back by 9 or
yeah.
10,
Mm,
and then you now start going to work by 11, work you're
mm,
meant to be by 8:30.
mm,
It shows that you don't take things seriously. And just because it's church, even technology has made it easier that even if you leave for work and you get there on time,
mm,
you can actually sit down and follow the service online.
yes.
So you have to be flexible enough to know that okay, this work you have also been given.
Yeah.
I think the way I do it is that I take my professional life rather, my profession, the way I would take a church thing, because I know that if it's church, I'll put in my best.
Yeah.
So if this is a work setting, you should also put in your best.
Mm,
You should not, go down on your scale of priority,
yeah.
and they are now lackadaisical about it because it's still the name of God that you're bringing profanity to.
Yes.
So let your light so shine forth before men,
Okay.
they will bring glory to your father. So when you are doing all of these things, you are showing up, you are okay. Talking about night vigils,
Yeah.
you are meant to be at work the next day.
Yes.
I was supposed to be in choir rehearsals on a Monday night and
Mm,
all night rehearsal, and the next day I had work.
mm,
So what did I do? I prepared on time. I washed, I kept everything I was supposed to do. So when I came back from the night vigil from
mm,
the rehearsals, I wore my clothes, set up. I came to work early, rested because I
mm.
knew I needed that
You
rest. I
needed.
came earlier than I was meant to be.
Mm,
Rested, slept for a while. When work started, I entered work. I started working.
mm,
But then if it's something I knew I can't manage, maybe I was tired from the previous day,
okay.
I'd rather not go to that night vigil
Yes.
than come in. I'm not saying skip night vigils, but I'm saying when you take a logical standpoint from it and you look at okay, if I do this thing now and I come to work, I'll be sleeping throughout.
Yes.
And people now start saying, on the
On the
church.
church. Christians.
Exactly. So they're not seeing once he's a church person, he's on serious.
Mm,
Eh, he doesn't take things seriously. And so that's why they sometimes they don't even want to appoint leadership positions to church people
yeah.
in a secular setting. But we are meant to be taking those positions.
Mm,
So once you show a level of discipline, a level of efficiency, a level of effectiveness,
mm.
I think it's going to go a long way to changing that perspective of people being stereotyped.
All right. Okay. You know, you have worked, especially in the hospital. I know you have worked a lot in the hospital, so that has given you room to collaborate with even doctors and normal like staffs that are just desk staffs.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, have you ever been in a collaborative environment or in a group of people working to achieve a goal and it didn't go well? I
Okay.
know definitely there must have been a
Yeah.
maybe one or two occasions. So what did you learn from that experience, if any?
Okay. I've had a couple of experiences, but I might not like bore you with the story, but I'll just share.
Just
Okay.
yeah.
Now, one I learned that your idea is not the brightest in the room.
Mm.
and you must learn to take a step back and follow other people. You might be a good leader,
Yeah.
but you're not a good follower.
Mm.
You might be able to take charge in a situation, but you don't know how to sit back and follow others.
Mm.
That's if they set fire on your on your legs, you can't stay
Yeah,
and
yeah.
watch other people lead. So I've also learned to know that just because the idea is the greatest in your mind, like your idea is so
Mm.
bright, doesn't mean that it will always be taken in the
Yes.
group. So sometimes you have to have that level of compromise and not insist,
Mm.
even though it might be the best, right?
Yeah.
But learning not to insist
Mm.
on this is what I want us to do, this is good.
We
Even though
have,
you might be
we
seeing,
must,
yeah, we must do
must do
it. Even
it.
though you are seeing the light, you
Yeah.
must learn to take a step back,
Mm.
allow people do it. So maybe when they are doing it and it's not going well, they'll be like, okay, can we do it my way? Now that's where you've shown them that you've learned to follow. You're somebody that they can work with.
Mm.
Okay, and then secondly, I've also realized that you have to be patient with people. Not everybody is proactive, and there are leaders that drag their feet.
Mm.
Leadership is not for the elite group, right? And the people that drag their feet, that you have to calm down and give them time. They take a long time to make decisions. They take a
Mm.
long time to answer you. When you text them on WhatsApp, they will answer you 3 hours later. When you tell them that you want to do a thing, they will not respond. Then after 5 years, they will not tell you that they don't want you to do it.
Yeah.
And then there are leaders that want to impose their belief systems on you.
Mm.
They want to stop you from doing particular things that you know are best. So I've also learned to be patient with people,
Yeah.
while working with them. Patience in communication, patience in when they are, telling you things that are not, so nice to you.
Mm.
But you've learned to, okay, no problem, you take it. And I've also learned to have an enlarged heart.
Oh.
They call that cardiomegaly. But then you learn to have an enlarged heart to
Yes.
allow the offenses come and then still work with the person, because offenses will come.
Mm.
Offenses will definitely come, even from believing brethren,
Yeah.
uh even from unbelievers. Offenses will come. So you learn to have an enlarged heart to take an offense, forgive people before they even wrong you.
Mm.
So once they wrong you, like no problem, you move on with that. So I think this one or two things are, and also say there are people that like working alone.
Yes.
Don't allow them to work alone. The person that they just want to do things because they feel like we said earlier.
Yeah.
And so once you're in a team, try to make that person see the need for everybody in the
Yeah.
organization and not just allow them take off with the vision and the goal.
Well, I just learned a very important point now about stepping back and allowing others to lead. You
Yeah,
know, it might sound easy and all that, but
it's not
it's not
actually.
easy,
Yeah,
especially for someone who has always been in a position of leading people.
exactly.
He can't see himself not leading. Once he enters a room, he imagines, oh, I should take the lead now.
Yeah,
I have there's this program I'm involved in now. It's a program that is being hosted by Enugu State Government. So our team leader, so he's that kind of guy that he just likes to,
yeah,
and he's a born leader. If you see the guy,
yeah,
you know, oh, this guy should be just leading us.
yeah.
But when you have like another input or guy, I want us to do this in this other way, you feel like, oh, guy, but I've already suggested
This.
this.
Yeah,
So I'm not saying he doesn't have that, but I'm just seeing what you are saying
yeah,
in that scenario where others believe that, oh, I should be the leader just because I'm here.
yeah.
I should take the lead. So I'm just learning to step back and allow others
Yeah, it,
to
it
lead.
also works out. It also works out character
Yes.
in you,
Mhm.
teaches you humility,
Yes.
right? I've been in a setting like I told you. Okay, I've seen this thing. Okay, we're supposed to have a particular program, and I told my leader, right,
Mhm.
if you do this, do this, do that, it's not going to go well.
Mhm.
But she was insisting. I thought that these are the lapses for this thing. People will not show up for this, and these are the reasons. Now, when you take a step back and look at what I was saying, you will realize that 100% I was right.
Mhm.
But then she insisted. At the end of the day, it didn't go well.
Mhm.
People did not show up, and I was right.
Mhm.
But then I said, okay, no problem. I followed up with what she was doing. Even though my heart was not in it because I knew this thing was going to crash, but I
Yes.
still did it anyways.
Yes.
And she also felt that I was not doing it with my whole, and that was just the
Mhm.
truth because I already knew that if we go ahead with this, rather this would crash. So
Yes.
at the end of the day, it crashed, and I didn't resist that urge to tell her I told you. I just told her I told you so. Even though I could have resisted it.
Yes.
But I was like, because I was already angry. I was like, okay, I told you that this could have gone better if we did it this way.
Mm.
So I think it also teaches me character, right? To learn to be humble enough to allow others take the
Yes.
lead. Because once you are always leading, one of the problems you start having is that you becoming egotistical, right?
Mm.
You start thinking proud of yourself,
Yes.
even though you have a sense of self-awareness, but then it now start becoming pride
Proud.
rather.
Mm.
So I think it also forms character in us too.
Well, you just answered my next question because I was about to ask you in situations where the said leader, his initial input fails and yours was a better fit, what would you have done? Would you, like you just said, you couldn't resist the urge of saying, I
Yeah,
told you so.
yeah.
Would you throw it in that person's face?
Eh,
Like, guy, I told you this thing now, and now it has not worked.
Okay,
Then making the person feel
yeah.
bad, that kind of thing. So, but
Okay,
you have
that
answered
was
my
actually what I
question.
did, but then that was not what I should have done,
Mm,
right? Because in for the leader already knows it's crystal to him
mm,
that this thing has failed.
yes,
So there's no point rubbing it in. There's no
mm,
point rubbing it in his face that this thing he said that shy I told you, shy I told you. No.
mm,
Now if we are working as a team,
yeah,
we should be able to compensate for each other.
mhm,
Now, when you see someone that has lost his sight, you discover that he feels more, he hears
yes,
more. So these other senses compensate for him losing his sight.
mm,
When you see someone that okay, someone has a shock now and you know goes into cardiac arrest or maybe goes into coma, all the blood supply in his body
mm,
does not go to his system. They move it to his brain
mm,
because that's the most important part. They're trying to safeguard him. And that's how it's supposed to be with working with people,
mm.
right? If this part is failing, we should all rush and support that
Support,
part, that not kill and put down the weak link.
leaving the
So
person to burn.
yeah,
Like,
so I made a mistake then.
yeah,
But what I would have done is okay, this had failed. Then I'll now say, okay, fine. Can we go about it this way?
mm,
Can we do this instead? And then after we are done, maybe after tension is low,
mm,
I can now say this thing was not so well. But bringing it up then when everywhere is there's tension, there's friction, there's a tendency. The Bible says that a soft answer turns away wrath rather.
mm,
So if actually that I would have calmed down because that created friction between us.
mm,
Now, what I would have done, because like I said, you make mistakes, you learn. What I would have done is waited to when friction had gone down, and I said, okay, this is how we would have done it.
yes,
Sure, I told you and that, but saying it in the heat of the moment
mm.
will create
Friction.
friction, offenses. We can start lashing out at each other,
Yes.
bringing on, and then words will be said that cannot be taken back. So I think that's that.
Yeah. Well, so moving on, I would like to know, like, when it comes to collaborating with others, like in this world we are in now, where individual achievements are celebrated and everybody wants to be celebrated individual. Nobody wants to, oh, is this group that did it? Oh, and then there is no name mentioned. Like if you are watching a movie and credits are being given, you see
Yeah.
people's name written and they are acknowledged for their input, for their work. People want to be acknowledged. We are human beings. Everyone wants to have a sense of pride and, oh, I did this and I'm being acknowledged for that. But in this world that we are in now, a lot of people are being given individual accolades, maybe for their achievements and for what they have done. So it makes people shy away from collaborating with
Okay.
others, and people always feel their lights will be dimmed while collaborating with others. So, what do you have to say about this um, allusion now that I just made now about people trying to work alone just to receive individual accolades?
Okay. Scripture would say that iron
Mm,
sharpens iron. So in that way, man sharpens the countenance of his friend. Um, I would say if I'm helping you achieve a goal,
mm,
I'm actually helping myself achieve that same goal.
mm,
So once we have that mindset that I'm not doing it for you,
mm,
I'm also there's a sort of an advantage that I'm gaining from it. Okay. I worked with, there was a music program that I held in the University of Nigeria New Campus one time, and I met the pioneer. I said I want to be an usher
Mm.
in this group, be part of the protocol, right? So he agreed, let me in. I was part of the protocol. Now, why I joined them, I was collaborating with them, right?
Yes, yes.
Towards a particular goal they want
Mm-hmm.
to achieve, and I was not in the limelight at all.
Yes.
I was, let me not say the least person, but then because of protocol, people in different departments, choir, they'll be
Yeah.
seeing media, but then we're in
Mm.
protocol. We're the one running around to make sure the speaker got out, got back in, had a place to stay, and the rest of it. So I was partnering with him in that.
Mm.
And when the whole thing was finished, obviously they will not remember in quotes, rather, the crowd will not know those are the protocol.
Yes.
They will just know this is the visionaire.
Yeah.
He was the one that made this pull through.
Mm.
And then I wouldn't be getting any validation or
Yes.
accolade from that. But one of the things I learned how to run a program,
Okay.
a worship music program effectively. I knew the modalities I needed to put in place. I knew the technicalities. I knew the whatnots, right?
Mm.
So fast forward to say 2 3 months later, I held a similar worship experience
Mm.
in UNEC too. So by then I've gained experience
Yes.
from the collaboration I had with this person.
Mm.
So it's not always about the short term accolade, or you have to see the bigger picture.
Okay.
If I'm sharpening you, I'm indirectly sharpening
Yeah,
myself.
exactly.
If I'm helping you, I'm helping one way or the no, or the other. You have to sit down and see the advantage
Mm.
behind collaboration. It helps me too, right? And then we mustn't always be in the spotlight.
Yes.
Everybody wants to be in the spotlight. I said there's this song that came out. Nations are waiting. People are
Hungry. Oh,
hungry.
yeah.
The master is in need of vessels. Um, and then this other one that followed it up. Um, I'll make Jesus proud will be many. Nations
Mm.
are waiting, right? Um, if we all go to the nations,
Mm.
who will be in the local church? So I asked someone that question.
Uh,
I said, "Oh, everybody wants to be seen.
mm.
Everybody wants to be in the billboard. Everybody wants to be on the billboard. Rather, everybody wants to, be an apostle. Even people that are
Yes.
called to be pastors now want to be an apostle.
Apostles.
People that are meant to be singing now want to be teaching.
Yes.
So everybody wants that spotlight. But we must realize, like I said, purpose.
Mm.
We must realize what and where we are called to, and not shy away with being in the shadows, even if it's for a while.
Mm.
Because if we all go to the nations, who's going to be at home? So we must realize where exactly we are meant to function in,
Mm.
and be able to realizing where we are meant to function in, and be able to be kind of content, right?
Mm.
That's what scripture says. Godliness with contentment is
Contentment.
great gain, not a small gain. It's a great gain, because everybody wants to step out.
Mm.
Imagine if we were all pastoring. So who is going to do the media work?
Who are we pastoring?
So who are we exactly?
Who are we
If we all
pastoring?
become pastors now, who
Yes.
are we pastoring?
Mm.
So we must learn to also, even if it's for a while, be in the shadows, be in the background, helping out, and be comfortable. And we all have influencers. Sorry, we all have influence in different.
Mm.
We are influencers in our various. Just because I was a protocol in that team
Yeah.
doesn't mean I don't have other people I'm leading outside
Outside. Yeah.
of that place. So I must realize my sphere of influence,
Yeah.
motivate the people, do what I want to do,
Mm.
achieve my goals. Whereas I'm also in the background in another setting, and I'll
Okay.
I'll be content with it. I shouldn't be seen
Mm.
everywhere. And there are persons that they want every place they step in, they want to be seen. There are places I step in and I just want to just be in the choir.
Mm.
The places I step in, I just want to be in the congregation. The places I will go to, I don't even want to be seen at all. I don't even want to be recognized. But there are people that they want that attention.
Yes.
And it's a problem actually if wherever you step in, you feel bad if you're not
If
recognized.
spotlight, there is no
So
spotlight on
there's
you.
there's nobody saying it's a big so we
Yeah.
must realize our sphere of influence, build it,
Mm.
work with people there, and then be comfortable being in the background in
Mm.
another setting.
Mm. Well, I'm enjoying this so far, and
Thank you.
yes, I just got something that you said about knowing that once you are in a collaborative environment, you're not just doing that for the credit, you are
Yeah,
also helping yourself
yeah,
just by mere collaborating.
Yeah.
And you just shared the story of how you were able to host something, and from the experience you gained
Yeah.
from the initial
Yeah.
um, worship
Yeah.
program that was held, where you were
Collaboration.
just one of the protocols,
Yeah.
protocols, those that used to, get things done, put the speaker in place, do this, and get other things done. Well, from that experience, you were able to host something better. Well, I want to also ask another question. What is the advice you would give to a young person out there who has never been in a collaborative environment? Maybe people that are maybe getting out of life, those in secondary school, some people in universities also have never been in anything collaborative before. So, what advice do you give to people who are shying away? You've already given one
Yeah.
about you are helping yourself. You're not
Yeah.
just doing this for the
Sure.
credits. Yes, but what other advice would you give them on how to get into collaborative environments and how to, make better use of these environments?
Okay. I would say just do it. When you think too much about a thing, when you overanalyze, over criticize,
Hmm.
it tends to, do what we call creative procrastination. Saying, I'll do it when I have so much time.
Yes.
I'll do it when I'm better. I'll do it when, doing it gives you a track record. Doing it gives you experience from the onset.
Hmm.
Just do it. You've never acted drama before. You've never went to a drama school and you see an opportunity to do that. Just
Just
do
do
it.
it.
So when you put yourself out there and you do that, you now
Hmm.
discover, oh, I can actually do this, oh, but I can't do this one.
Hmm.
Eh, I've never written a song for a movie production before.
Hmm.
And one morning I woke up and someone's like, write this. And this is your deadline. I think it was 2 days or so. I'd be, yeah, within 2, 3 days or so.
Hmm.
And I've never done that before. I shied away from it. But
Hmm.
at some point I was like, this is a challenge. And I did it. It turned out not the best of best, but it was better than I anticipated. I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be a big fail. But by the time I was hearing the end product of it, I felt, okay, this is nice.
Hmm.
So I can actually write songs. So it gave me that motivation. It gave me a track record. So I feel someone starting out, for young people out there,
Hmm.
explore, right? You see conferences that are holding, don't rush to carry mic and speak or ask
Hmm.
for a slot. Just be part of the work system, be part of the workforce.
Hmm.
From there, you build your ladder, you can even build your social, what's it called now? Social, try to find the adjective to use. You build your social circle, rather.
Yes.
From there, you can build your social circle going up. So I feel one, just do it. Two, be committed. Once you pick up a thing, be committed to it. And if I'm saying I'm doing this, let my whole heart and be committed, be consistent,
Yes.
and try out new things. Don't just stick to what you're familiar with.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm a music person. I I am also in drama.
Hmm.
But then if a chance comes to speak in a leadership summit, I won't turn it down. I will want to try it out.
Hmm.
I want to say, okay, let me see how this goes. I go back, gather the knowledge, and then come back out. I try it, didn't work out well. Okay, these are the lapses. I'll go again. So don't be scared to try out new things, and then don't be also scared to be the person starting up those new things.
Yeah.
Yes, one of my friends would say that your dreams are valid.
Hmm.
So some of the things that you have envisioned in your head, don't be scared to say, okay, I want to do this, and look for people to collaborate with.
Hmm.
Sometimes you are the one joining the collaborative force, sometimes you are the one setting up the collaborative force.
Yeah.
And don't be scared to say, okay, let me pick out one or two, three persons that I can trust to
Hmm.
help me. And then from there, your influencing circle, get their own influencing circle,
Hmm.
and you now have a team you can now work with. So I think if you do that, you keep pushing yourself out, keeping yourself. Don't People say that they are introverts. I
Yeah.
think the only introverts are people that want to be introverts. If you decide that you're going to
Yeah.
start talking to people and putting, before you know it, you become more socially inclined person.
Exactly.
So I feel as a young person, you have time on your side. Put yourself in things. If you're in church, join the workforce. If you're in a particular religious group, be active there, right?
Hmm.
If you're in an organization, I at the end of the day, I became a team lead of our subgroup
Mhm.
of interns because I was like, okay, I can do this, right?
Mm.
And people said, Dan, we want to put you here. And I was okay. I was scared at first. I was like, what's it going to look like? There will be agitation, so people will not agree. But I saw the motivation. I was like, okay, no problem. I'm going to take it. And since then, it's been going well.
Mm.
And I've been working with most of the people I've been working with are unbelievers. And when unbelievers begin to validate you that you're actually doing something out of the when Christians validate you, it's because you're showing a strength of character that is seen to be biblical, right?
Yes.
That okay, this person is a good Christian.
Yeah.
But when unbelievers start validating you, means that you have character.
Yeah.
That that nature of Christ is now
Mm.
being translated,
Mm.
even though they're not seeing it as Christ, right?
Mm.
But they're seeing that this person has a good disposition. This person is a person of honor and
And
integrity. So
integrity.
I think when we put ourselves out there and seize these opportunities,
Mm.
we'll do much more because the idea of collaboration is to do much more than you would have done if you were alone.
Mm. Well, bro Daniel,
Thank
well, I've learned a whole lot.
you, sir.
Well, and my perspectives about collaboration has changed a lot today. And I want to thank you immensely for finding the time to come here and then have a little chat with us
Thank you
on
for
this
having me.
podcast. Well, I don't know if you learned something today on collaboration and the power of collaboration. At least you have heard our guest say, just do it. Whatever it is you want to enter into, just do it. Your fears should not stop you from trying new things out, entering into
Sure.
new areas of life, no matter where that is or whatever that dream might be. Your dreams are valid. And also learn patience. Learn to be patient when working with people. People are hard to work with, but please learn to be patient and also learn that collaboration makes work easier, it makes work faster. Let us learn to collaborate. I want to thank you once again
Thank you very
for
much, sir.
coming. And once again, this is the Saka podcast. Always click the subscribe button and watch more videos. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.